Okay, Sunny, as you know, we are gathered here today to celebrate
Yeah,
Dave Anand's 11th death anniversary. Our show is,
absolutely.
our show is called Dave Forever because
Yeah,
we believe as Hindus, as Indians, that a man's spirit is immortal, eternal, and he's exemplified that as Raju the guide. He says, Maut, is something that comes and goes, but Atma remains eternal. And that dialogue kind of immortalized him at the end of that film. So he lived like that, and he, continues that legacy of his, continues through the people that he inspired. And the thing that I wanted to say is that we will hopefully be able to celebrate his birth centenary next year in a big way. I have spoken to Sunil, his son. He's in the
hmm,
US editing his film, The Vagaton Mixer, which is against the drug mafia. I'm very
yeah.
happy to have you on the show. My first question to you is how is the weather like in Kashmir?
Uh, hi, Nag. Hello, everyone. This is Yuvraj Kumar. Nag, I'm in Kashmir right now. As you can see me, I'm wearing this jacket. It's really cold here, and so happy to join for this really important event and an initiative taken by you, right? Um,
Let me ask you a question. I'm
yeah,
with Yuvraj Kumar. We call him Sunny, his nickname, and he's a brilliant young actor, director. And his brief resume is that he's made this really bold and courageous film called Kashmir, The Final Resolution. You should all see
yeah,
that. He will tell you a little bit about that. His wife hopefully will also join us. Rippy ji, she is a local girl, a Kashmiri girl, Rippy Kaul,
yeah.
married to him. And she has also performed brilliantly in this film, along with two other character actors and the international cast in the film. And the film he made after that was also a film that he took on ISIS, the enemies of humanity. That's the second film he made. And now I believe he is about to launch his third film. So let's start with Kashmir, the final resolution. But before that, let us just
Yeah.
do the formal part of the show. Was
Yeah.
did you see a lot of Devan films when you were young? Because he left a mark on all of us. So what did Dev Saab mean to you personally, and what are some of his films that inspired you that you like?
So Mr. Devanand was a great filmmaker. He's a great inspiration for young filmmakers like us. Um, Besides his really good movies, I really liked his personality. I think he was talented as a filmmaker. At the same time, he was so kind-hearted. Today, we are a nation of so many young talent who are trained in filmmaking, creativity, and during his times, I was, I was really impressed that he actually gave break to so much talent. He spotted a talent and he made sure that they worked with him. They also made a name for himself. So I think so many people have to be so thankful to him. And
Yes,
this is what we require even today. We
yes,
require, there's a void right now. We require people like Mr. Devanand, who is very creative, very kind hearted, who has an eye for talent, who is somebody who would notice a talent and just not notice it, but make him an active part of his projects and also make sure that they do well, in their careers, So immense respect for him, immense respect for his kind of stature and personality, and of course, who better than you, who knows so much about his work,
right.
about so many
Sunny, I
great
was
films he did.
right, right. He did more than 120 films as a actor. His career
Right.
started before independence in 1944, and his
yeah,
first film was at Prabhat, V. Shantaram, his studio, and there he met Gurudat, who became good
okay,
friends. He was his best friend. As you know, I've written two books on him. I was his chief assistant. But what
yeah,
I pick up on what you said, he was always looking to experiment and do new things in cinema right from the start. And that's when
right,
he made two films at Prabhat, Hum Ek Hai and then Aage Badho. And then he and Gurudat left Pune and came to Bombay. And from
hmm,
1948, he got a break in Bombay Talkies, which was a big studio. Bombay Talkies had given a break to Dilip Kumar. In fact, his name was Yusuf Khan, as you know, but they had given
yeah,
him Devika Rani, one of the owners of, had given him the name of Dilip Kumar, and they had groomed Madhubala, Raj Kapoor, Adda Fadi Muzumdar, and so many other great directors. They had Abiya Chakravarti and so forth.
yeah,
And Bombay Talkies, he made a film called Zindi, in which he came,
okay,
he met Kishore Kumar for the first time. So Kishore,
uh-huh.
Mohammed Rafi sang for him in Aage Badho, Mukesh sang for him
Okay,
in Vindhya, and then Kishore was the third singer for Dev Saab and Zindi. Then the
yeah,
next film he did in Bombay Talkies was a film called Tamasha. And in
okay,
Tamasha, again, he was with Ashok Kumar, Meena Kumari, Nalini, Usha Kiran, and
uh,
with Kishore Kumar. And Kishore Kumar played
right,
a comedian for the first time, and they had a wonderful
okay,
duet where in Kishore's voice, Devanand and
yeah,
Kishore Kumar performed in Kishore sang in two voices. He was so good. He could produce
yeah,
different voices. And that's when their
right,
friendship really became together. And so from that point on, Dev Saab really began to get outside offers and recognized as a fresh talent himself. But
right,
it was Bazi. He started Nauketan and he made one film with Chetan Saab, his brother, which
okay,
was Upsar, and that
hmm,
didn't do very well. And the
hmm,
second film, he gave a chance to Gurudat.
hmm,
He had told
okay,
Gurudat that if I become
huh,
a big star, I will give you a
huh,
chance as a director. And Gurudat had
okay,
told him that if I become a big director, I will give you a chance as an actor, make you a big star. So Devaran
right,
became a star before Gurudat, and he gave him a chance. And Bazi was a big hit, and that made them their friendship very strong. And so after Bazi, Devan and Gurudat became the best friends. And along with Raj Kapoor, Dilip Kumar, they had like a trinity,
yeah,
like four of them actually. So Dev Saab, Dilip Kumar, Raj Kapoor, and Gurudat. They were like the four pillars of the new film industry. You see, the old
right,
film industry was Prithviraj Kapoor and V. Shantaram and all those people. They were still active. They were still making great films. But these were the young guys like you, because Dev Saab
yeah,
was 23, 24, and Dilip Kumar was 23, 24. Raj Kapoor was same age. You know, Guru Dutt was little older, 24, 25.
yeah,
And he had come from Uday Shankar's ballet. So this is how they start. Now Ketan means new flag. And so they started a new innovation. And they had Ravi Shankar, Ali Akbar Khan, and their student was S.D. Burman and Jaidev. And they were some great musicians like Pannalal Ghosh, like Ravi Shankar, like Ali Akbar Khan, like Lakshmi Shankar, the vocalist. They had great dance directors like Birju Maharaj, Sitara Devi, you know, and I mean, it's the who's who. That's where really the new cinema started. And this was a time also IPTA had started with Prithviraj Kapoor, Balraj Sani, and Chetan Anand and Devanand were both very good friends. Dev Saab had lived with K.A. Abbas, Khwaja Ahmed Abbas. So they were all active with IPTA, Indian People's Theatre Association, and they were very progressive kind of people, and they had very good concepts and ideas about egalitarian society and so forth. They were very influenced by the Soviet experiment and so forth. And so they went to Russia, they went to America, And the films that they made, Dharti Ke Lal, Do Biga Zameen, Bimal Roy, Rishikesh Mukherjee, Balraj Khali, Nirupa Roy, Nargis, Raj Kapoor, they were all part of that. And that's how they went together. There was no jealousy among them. So Raj Kapoor,
Right.
Dilip Kumar, they went together to Russia. They went together to
Okay.
America. They went to visit Chaplin's house. So I've
Okay.
described this in my book, you see. And
Yeah.
so I'm so happy to meet you. And you have asked the right question about youngsters. India is the youngest country in the world. And,
Yeah.
in today, 50%, half of India is below 20, 30 years of age. 20 to
Yeah.
30 years of age. Half of India, that is
Yeah.
600 million people out of 1.3 billion people, are under the age of 30. So we are the youngest country, but we are stuck in the old ways, and we are looking behind when we should be looking forward. And so
Yeah.
I say, let us
And
look.
Nag, I should tell you that first of all, as a young filmmaker, it is it was so enriching for me to know the stories and the startup times of our legendary filmmakers like Devanand, Raj Kapoor, Guru Dutt from you. So thank you, for letting me and us, all of us, to get an insight about these great filmmakers, whom of course we didn't see as young filmmakers, but their stories carry on, through people like you, your initiative, and your passion about these lovely films, and keeping these filmmakers alive in the eyes of the entire country even today. So, whatever you were telling me, the struggles and
Right.
how they started was so interesting,
Interesting,
really.
because
And
those were very difficult times, because India was not free.
yeah,
Devanand, Raj Kapoor, and Dilip Kumar started in 1944. Dilip
huh,
Kumar, Yusuf Saab, Dilip Kumar, his first film was Jwar Bhata by Bombay Talkie,
hmm,
and
okay,
this guy Raj Kapoor had made a film with Madhubala,
hmm,
which was Behen, and so
okay,
this is 3 years before independence. And so the
uh-huh,
British was still here. And
uh-huh,
Devanand was working for British military censor's office. But he
hmm,
gave up the job because he didn't like reading the letters of the military officers, you know.
yeah,
And so he was against censorship. And that's why he made the film called Censor. Coming to your point
right,
about young people, he
yeah,
never forgot that. He never forgot that dynamism, that energy that made him a creative locomotive, because he's always full of ideas. And he made films
yeah,
from the newspaper headlines. And so he gave a break to Zina Taban, made her a big star.
yeah,
Tina Munin, and Tabu. He gave a break to Kiran Kher also. You can name Nasiruddin Shah, to Shatrughan Sinha in Prem Pujari. These are names that are now the who's who of Indian cinema. And
yeah,
I could tell you like 20 names, Even in his last film, Charge Sheet, he worked with
hmm,
some of the biggest actors and stars like Suchitra Sen in Bombay Ka Babu, right? And two, three other films. He worked with Suchitra Sen's daughter, Moon Moon Sen, in Love at Times Square. And then he worked with
yeah,
Moon Moon Sen's daughter, means Suchitra's granddaughter, three generations of actresses, because he was evergreen. He always,
yeah,
he defied time. He looked always young at heart. So
yeah,
Riya Sen, who is the granddaughter of Sujitra Sen, and in his last film, Charge Sheet, which was 2011, just
yeah,
2 months before he died, he was so full of energy. Just 2 months before
yeah,
he died in October. Actually, you were away in Kashmir, and we met, and we were trying to make a film called Wheel Jammer. Wheel
wheel jam,
Jammer.
yeah,
And
wheel jam,
you were showing me some, you had a Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi Lancer, which was souped up car.
Yeah.
And you were going
Yeah.
to introduce me to your mechanic because he was explaining to
Yeah.
me how the, and I
Come out.
said, let us go and
Will
meet
happen.
Dev sir. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I had an appointment to meet him, and that was two
Yeah.
months before, it was October.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, you had to go somewhere, and you
Yeah.
missed the chance because that was the last time I met Dev sir. And
Mm.
December he died of that year.
I know. I still remember you telling me that he would be so happy to meet, like me, as I was studying in Whistling was that time, and we had this
Yeah,
lovely sports car, which we had put so much of design, so much of efforts in designing it, and we would love to take him for a drive and also talk cinema and learn cinema from him.
yeah,
Yeah, we missed that opportunity. But
yeah.
then, of course, all this while I made like my first film, as you know, it won the national award. So that time, the late President of India, Pranab Mukherjee, had given me an award. And after that, this film, Kashmir, the Final Resolution, it's all about solving the issues of Kashmir and how do we look forward and make sure Kashmir is a very developed regions of the world as it deserves to be. During the shoot, we had around 12 security men with AK-47 guns to protect our set. We had people from more than people from more than 200 villages, you can say, working on our movie. So we gave a break to a lot of talent. And this film is being researched from almost 6 to 7 different people from different countries like Australia, Russia, Hong Kong, and UK, America, of course, India, and like one of my friend from Australia, she she believes in sustainable living, you know. So she got that aspect to Kashmir, that how Kashmir can be a sustainable place because along with development, we do not want the ecology to be spoiled, you know. And then from Russia, we had a team member. So in Russia, there's a political problem in Dagestan, that's south of Russia, which is a bit similar to Kashmir. So they had problems with extremism and terrorism. So she had to put her point of view and give an insight to people. Then we had, I told you, one of this friend of mine from America. So he was actually an architect and how development in Kashmir can happen on ground. So he gave us those inputs.
Kashmir Files has taken the nation by storm, and this film of Sunny Yuvraj Kumar, Kashmir: The Final Resolution, is equally heartwarming film, and he will tell you where people can see this. Has it been released in a theater, Sunny?
Nag, the film is not released as yet. So when you had come to for the show, that was a trial show. We are going to release this film next year, and it's going to be a big release. The entire country is going to watch it. It's a film on development of Kashmir, and it's a perfect film, for this long issue between India and Pakistan, and to be solved. I'm so sorry, Nag. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Go ahead, go
it's very windy and very cold. So
ahead.
yeah, so that's why a bit of
Ajay,
distraction. Yeah.
is there
So
someone with
yeah,
an umbrella or something? Like, do you have?
no, no, don't worry, don't worry. I'll manage. I'll manage.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. So this film is perfect for even the local population of Kashmir, and you've already seen the film, so it's come out beautiful. No film until today has captured the way we have captured Kashmir. Okay, so there's no film in the world as yet who has managed to capture the visuals the way we have done it.
Yes,
Because
very.
most of the beautiful places in Kashmir you would not get permissions to shoot, but because the army was really helpful, the local government was very helpful. We captured some beautiful
The
images,
music
and
was beautiful. Music.
oh yeah, so everything in the film has come along really well.
Who is the
And
music director? Can you introduce him to us? The music.
oh yeah, so the music director, there are two. So one is Charan Singh Pathania. He's a young music director from Mumbai, and then there is Neerja Pandit. She is this really, really respected ethnic classical singer from Kashmir who sings Kashmiri songs. So we had a lot of genuinity in the project as well.
Acha. And
So
your wife, Ripi ji, also was in the film, right? Can you tell
yeah,
us a
so
little bit about her, your Ripi
yeah,
ji?
so my wife Ripi Kaul, she's a Kashmiri Pandit. She's a local Kashmiri, and she's played a beautiful role of a Kashmiri Pandit girl who propagates and who also encourages people to take the concept of Kashmiriyat, as the concept for future, for harmony in Kashmir, and this concept is full of art, literature, music, and peace, brotherhood. So she's somebody who's got a very important role to play in this. And we've just heard the term Kashmiriyat, but it's a very big philosophy.
Can you explain
It's
that
a
for our audience? What Kashmiriyat means for our
yeah.
audience?
So Kashmiriyat is a very very famous term, but people do not know the essence of Kashmiriyat in detail. You know, so Kashmiriyat concept to start with uh, promotes music, literature, brotherhood. Okay, and there's a concept of Rishi Sufism. Such a beautiful word, Rishi Sufism. Okay, so yeah, so the movement of Kashmiriyat was started by Rishi Sufis. So they were Hindus and they were Muslims, who made sure that there is brotherhood in Kashmir, made sure that the hungry have food, they made sure that people from Kashmir, concentrate on spiritualism, right? And at the same time, with such a concept which was practiced for centuries, where did it vanish away? So our forefathers had already rethought that how to solve the problem of Kashmir. So we are reintroducing the concept of Kashmiriyat to the audiences again, and this is the only practical way to solve the issue of Kashmir. And of course, you get to know more about Kashmiriyat when you watch the movie.
Right,
I
right,
don't want to
right.
give everything away. Uh,
Right, right.
मेरे दिल से तेरे दिल को तार निकलती है यार डार्लिंग हो जा तैयार जी मुबारक रंग महारनी लो जी मुबारक रंग महारनी लो कहाँ करके बैठी है श्रृंगार कैसी धुन तो बजा शहनाई के पंखा जी मुबारक रंग महारनी लो जी मुबारक रंग महारनी लो जी मुबारक तेरा करता है वो इंतजार उड़ीद पे सवार तुझसे करता है प्यार जी मुबारक रंग महारनी लो 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 सिंगी सोनो पटी बनी बनी लो जी मुबारक रंग महारनी लो जी मुबारक जी मुबारक जी मुबारक बनी महारनी लो जी मुबारक बनी महारनी लो
Now, I believe your next film that you made was called ISIS, the Enemies of Humanity. What
yeah.
briefly, what was that film about?
So ISIS Enemies of Humanity has released in Hollywood. It is playing on Amazon Prime, but only in America. And this film was all about countering violent terrorist ideology with a peaceful one. You know. So in this movie, we had people from 14 different countries. The main villain, Mr. Rashid Naz, who played in the film, was from Pakistan. Then his second in command was Mr. Rahul Dev, who's from Delhi, a very famous actor. And the writer of the film was from Ukraine. And the main lead of the film, she's from France. So, and my sound designer was from Hong Kong. So it was a truly global movie. And even today, a lot of people who are falling for radicalization, they are shown this movie in the US. So this movie is shown in a lot of universities, and it's shown in a lot of counter-terrorist organizations. So that film is really, really good. We are planning to screen this film in United Nations too. So I'm already in touch with the United Nations Security Council. So there is in United Nations there is an organization called Counter Terrorism Directorate. So they are promoting my film quite a lot, and it's a film which is shot in Afghanistan. Uh, very few films have been shot there.
Did you
So
have any
yeah.
problems, security problems going to Afghanistan and shooting there and so forth? Any
So
major
as you
problems?
know, Nag, that I'm always under a very thick security cover, and because me and my team, we are able to roll out movies which are very important for the world, you can say. And since this film, actually, I have a security cover.
Right. See, one of the problems that you must be facing is that basically what is called the mainstream cinema, whether it is Hollywood or Bollywood, they are
Yeah,
going the wrong way. They are on the wrong side of history. And
yeah,
for people like you and me, and there's we are on the right side of history who are, who follow in the footsteps of the moral majority, because
yeah,
we have some conscience for humanity.
yeah,
We
yeah.
always have problems of money, budget. So how do you manage on small budgets to make such good films and on such big subjects?
So Nag, filmmakers are artistic, creative um, people, okay, who also know the craft of filmmaking. Thanks to so many good film schools all across the world, that we have got a good craft of filmmakers, good technicians. Um, of course, there is this agenda-driven films, and there is this you can say films which are not giving a chance to real talented people. You know, so of course, they are not able to roll out some amazing subjects. I feel some of the films are good, but majority of them are not that great. And on the other hand, we talented filmmakers, young filmmakers from India and rest of the world who are extremely trained or inspired by great filmmakers from all across the world, we come together as a force. We see relevant subjects that are interesting at the same time cinematic, and ultimately, the show is about Devanand and his passion about filmmaking. So if you have the passion, you have the dream, all you got to do is go and achieve it. So yeah, with this really amazing group of passionate filmmakers from all across the world, we're able to roll out such big and you know you can say important subjects.
Right, right.
And when it comes to the financing part, really, today we live in this world of technology, and camera is pretty accessible. You get some really good cameras nowadays. They're accessible, It's not like the old days where even access to a camera was difficult. And we all are technicians and film school students too. So we have the power of making movies. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a lot of funds. So even with basic funding, okay, We are able to roll out some world class projects, and these projects are not some basic movies, right? They are out and out commercial, important films, and technically so good. You've seen the movies, right?
They
And
are
I think you
as
should
good
play.
as anything that
Yeah,
Bollywood,
so
in fact,
we
even
are
better.
we are actually, yeah, you can say that. Because why do you say better? Because see, the DOP is not only about how to use a camera or which camera. It's about also how to create, amazing visuals, and yeah, so I think you should play some trailer from one of our movies so the
Right,
viewers would get an idea
right,
about it.
right. We seem to forget that you know cinema is a content driven industry. It is the content,
It is.
it is the story, it is your idea, it is your passion, it is your character, it is how what the actor is saying, the dialogues, the acting, the story. you know B.R. Chopra, his last function when he was given Lifetime Achievement Award, he said we had the biggest stars, we had multi-stars like Waqt, like Habraz, but our biggest stars were the writers. You know,
Yeah.
and in France, there were people like Godard and Truffaut who started the new wave in France. They took the handheld camera. They
Yeah.
held the camera in the hand. They shot in the street. They came out of the studio and they started a revolution that people still remember now. The great films like, Breathless and, The Jump Cut and all those innovations that you learned in film school. So my question to you is that there is a new generation of filmmakers in India. We have
Yeah.
FTI, we have NSD, we have Zima, we have so many film schools now. Anubhav Kher as actor prepares. And today's generation have all this new technology like mobile phone. You can make a film on a mobile phone also now, iPhone, i7. And the cameras are not very expensive. Have are you planning to form a group of young filmmakers because you went to Whistling Woods? So,
Yeah.
what is happening with the youngsters and the new cinema? We are all eager to see.
So now, this. There is this amazing group of filmmakers who are waiting to come in and showcase their talent. So past 2.5 years now, I'm in touch with this group of filmmakers from US, Canada, Australia, UK, India. some filmmakers from Middle East. Okay, so we all are coming together, and we believe in this. The world and especially India needs a new wave in filmmaking now. So we are coming out. So I'm in Kashmir now to actually make a movie. You know, we're shooting a film again in Kashmir, which is based on these problems Kashmir is facing with drugs. Okay, and yeah, so very soon we'll be having this group of filmmakers coming, making movies, and the world will see it. You know,
Have you have
and
you come up with any title for the film, the present film you're making? It is your
see
third
the
film on Kashmir, right?
no, this is my second movie.
Second movie on
Second,
Kashmir.
second, yeah. So right now it's Kashmir and drugs. Okay, that's a working title. And so I believe in shooting more than talking, right? So we are already, so we are already working on it. And in fact, I started on this film because we had a screening in Srinagar, Kashmir, and one of the audiences suggested us that you should make a film on this subject. So without wasting any time, started writing the movie, and here we are. So
So it is
yeah,
going to be
so
a very investigative kind of film on drugs issue, on the drug menace.
it's investigative at the same time. It's going to be showing the true stories from Kashmir,
I see.
and also most of the movies we try to give a solution to the problem. So yeah, this film will also have a solution.
I see.
Um,
What is the
yeah.
situation in Kashmir when it comes to exhibition of films? Theaters, are they open? Are there a lot of
So
theaters?
good
Are
news
there
is
new
that there's a
theaters
new
coming up?
Inox. Yeah, there's a new Inox opened in Srinagar a month back. Yes, more than that.
And so
Yeah.
you're having a chance now to interact with a lot of young international filmmakers, and they are coming here to Kashmir and interacting with the local people, the local culture, and the local atmosphere there. The beauty of the valley and so forth. It's a win-win situation. They go away with good memories and with good experience, and Kashmir benefits from opening its doors to the world and to learn from their experience. Because as you said, the girl from who has lived in Dagestan and the problems that are going happening there. So it's something which is relevant, and you're creating a very good harmonious goodwill and a good atmosphere for people to share their experiences and learn from each other. Is there a possibility that you may start a website of for young filmmakers or something like that to build on this?
Oh, so I'll tell you something. So as I said, we are this big group of young filmmakers, okay, who are extremely talented, and they come from all kind of economic backgrounds. Some of them are billionaires as well. Some of them are millionaires. Some of them are from the middle class. Some of them are absolutely passionate filmmakers but do not have so many resources. They are from different countries from all across the world. And this strong group has one thing in common, that is passion for cinema. And we are actually launching our own exhibition centers. So we are getting our own movie theaters. Okay. We are coming up with an OTT platform. We are coming up with satellite channels as well. Okay. So we are a very well organized group, and we are naming this platform World One. Okay. The OTT platform will be called World One Flix. The chain of theaters will be called as World One Theater Chains, and the satellite channels will be World One Satellite Channel. So we are coming up with this exhibition plan, along with content creation. When it comes to content creation, we already started producing a lot of movies, and in coming times, that is from the month of Jan, I think we'll be going for mass scale production, of a lot of feature films. We'll be concentrating mainly on the area of feature films and some important and beautiful shows. Like we are coming up with this beautiful show called The Farmer. So we believe that you can make some nice entertaining movies, but at the same time also relevant movies which can change things on ground. So the show Farmer is all about encouraging farming in today's world. So globally, farmers have been looked down upon for some reason. So this show is about these young actors, and they take up farming with the use of some brilliant technology, and they create their own culture. You know, so it's going to be a very interesting show.
Right.
So we have around 40 such concepts which we're going to start work on, and we already started on 5 to 6 projects already.
Acha. The most important question, what is the response you are getting in Kashmir from the youngsters, from the educated class of society, from, what is the response in Kashmir?
So Kashmir has a lot of artists here, lot of artists, and they are so excited. And all this while they have been deprived from these facilities of filmmaking and being a part of a big nice group, people full of creativity. So the response is absolutely thundering. It's amazing. Like they are super excited.
People feel
And as
isolated, people feel isolated, cut off from the rest of
oh
the
yeah,
world.
when it comes to Kashmir, it's not like Mumbai, right? It's very different. They have a lot of challenges here. So they have a lot of security issues. Then a lot of part of Kashmir society also conservative. So there are a lot of rebel groups here. The rebel artists, and they say that the best films and the work of art comes from sometimes a suppressed society. So it is a kind of a suppressed society, and some really interesting talent here. So of course they feel left out, and now I'm here, and I'm sure many other filmmakers will also come here, and they'll get more and more opportunity here. And at the same time, I said it's kind of a suppressed society, so there are some really interesting stories here, which are very unheard of because they have different set of problems completely. People here are very different, the way they think, the way they are, because I got this has been a war zone plus a conservative society plus plus a lot of talent. So a lot of good stuff happening.
Great. It was nice meeting you, Sunny. We will put this together and hopefully I will edit this together and maybe if you can share the little bit of the music scene from Kashmir Resolution, we will include that in
Yeah,
this thing. We will edit this together and make it even better so that people can,
yeah,
the rest of India, the rest of the world, they can enjoy a taste of the beautiful paradise. They have said that अगर जमीन पे जन्नत अस्त यहाँ अस्त, if there is a paradise on earth, it is here, and I think that is one of the best ways to describe Kashmir. It is too bad we could not see it today because of the internet problems there. I hope they are all solved very soon, and that the rest of the world and the rest of India, we can all enjoy this part of our land, which is part of our history, which is part of our culture, which is part of our heart and soul. And because Kashmir is there in all of us, and Kashmir speaks to the best in us. You see, it speaks to the best, the most noble things in us, the most beautiful things in us. And so let us keep it that way. And let us, it's never too late and never too early to make a fresh start. And I applaud you for this brave and courageous move that you have made to bring peace and harmony to Kashmir through your work as a filmmaker. And I wish you all the best, sir.
thank you, Nan. Thank you.
And you have kept Devanand's spirit alive. And so let us all say uh, thank you, Dev Saab. Your spirit is very alive today in India, in the hearts and minds of young filmmakers like Yuvraj Kumar. And I hope that today, on your death anniversary, we have given a positive message of love, peace, harmony to the rest of India, to all the young filmmakers in India who are eager, I'm sure, to follow in your footsteps. So, Sunny, thank you once again. Have a wonderful evening and give my
Same.
regards to your family and to all of Kashmiris. We say, what is the way you say in Kashmir, goodbye or Shabak Khair?
Yeah, the Shabak hair is good.
Shabba Khair is good. So,
It's
okay,
popular.
Shabba Khair, and we will meet again, and
Yeah,
hopefully we will do this again with the beautiful scenery of Kashmir so that people can enjoy that. So, thank you very much. Have a nice evening and have a nice
same to
weekend,
you.
sir. And
Bye.